Hello and welcome. This is Angie with the CountryStreetCottage.net. So today we're going to talk about making earrings with your Cricut machine. So did you know you can cut faux leather with any of the Cricut machines? So I've cut it with my Cricut Explore, Cricut Maker, and my Cricut Joy, and you can make earrings in minutes. So we're going to start in Cricut Design Space and talk about making the earrings with some free SVG files. So I'll have the free SVG files on the CountryStreetCottage.net. You can find a link for that below. Now, let's head to Cricut Design Space and take a look at the file that I'm going to cut today. So for this project, you'll need faux leather. So I recommend the faux leather, not genuine leather, just for the weight of your earrings. I'm going to use a standard grip mat. You'll need some jewelry findings, so you'll need like the hooks for your earrings as well as matching jump rings, some jewelry pliers, as well as something to punch a hole in the top. So I like to punch a really small hole in the top, just enough for my jump ring to fit through, so I don't like to cut it with my Cricut, I just like to punch it. And then you'll need your Cricut machine. Now, I've cut faux leather with all three Cricut machines. So I've cut it with the Cricut Joy, the Cricut Explore, as well as the Cricut Maker. So no matter which Cricut machine you have, you can cut faux leather and make these earrings. I'm going to drop a link below where I've cut it on the Joy, just so you can see what settings I used. Now, let's head to Cricut Design Space and take a look at our earrings. The first thing you'll need is your file to cut. So I pulled in the free SVG into Cricut Design Space just by uploading, and I'll drop a link below if you don't know how to upload an SVG. Now this one is grouped, so we'll have to ungroup. And now you can see that each of these earrings are separate pieces. So now I can pick and choose which ones I want to cut. And if I want to cut them out of different materials, I would need to change the colors so they go onto different mats. So I'm going to change these all to different colors, and then I could cut them out of all different materials. Now you can also click images right in Cricut Design Space. You can search for earrings in the corner, and then if you scroll way down you can also find some cut files that are Cricut cut files, and that you can pay for those to cut those earrings as well. So now let's cut some earrings out of faux leather. Alright, so now we have our earrings in Cricut Design Space, and we just want to put our faux leather. So this is just a little scrap piece. So remember, these small pieces, you can still cut earrings out of them. You don't need to throw them away. And I'm just going to put it face down on the mat. I like to cut my faux leather face down. This means that you will need to mirror the cuts if your earrings are not symmetrical. So go ahead and mirror that cut before cutting, and then we're going to cut it on our Cricut Explore. So for the Explore series, I set my material to custom. I have my mirror on, and I also resized my earrings to the size that I wanted them. In case that the SVG is not the size you want, you can resize before you cut. Now that my material is set on custom, I can click Browse. I can type faux, and I can pick faux leather. This process is the exact same process if you're using a Maker. You don't have to turn the dial, however, the Maker will automatically pull up the list. The Joy, however, is a different process, and I cover that in a different video, and I'll link that below. Now it tells me I need the fine point blade, and then I can load my mat. So let's head to our Cricut and cut our earrings. So now the Cricut itself is ready, and I can load my mat and then start my cut. Then once it's done, we just unload, and we can remove the faux leather from our mat and remove our earrings. Now this pair actually this is meant to be the earring with the triangle cut out, but you could definitely make the triangle insert an earring as well. So you could make both of these into a set of earrings. So let's take a look at how I turn these into earrings now that they're cut. Alright, so now we need to complete our earrings. So you can do these a couple different ways. So you do them like I have here and just add the hook to the top, or you can string the pieces together. So like on this SVG, it cuts a circle out of here, and I could use a jump ring between these two connect them together and have a longer, like, dangly earring. Or the piece that it cuts out, say in this case, this triangle, I could make this an earring all by itself. So the SVG itself is super versatile in how you use it. So all you do is wherever you want your hook to go through or your jump ring, you're just going to punch a hole. So we're just going to punch a hole in the top and push this through, and then we'll punch a hole in the top of this one. Push this through, and then for the hook, so this one I'm just going to add the hook to the top. This bottom piece is just like a jump ring, so we just need to separate it by pushing it to the side, and then we can thread our earring through that hole. And once you get the earring on there, you just close that hook back up, and you have an earring completed. So then let's try to make like a dangly one on these. So this one we would add a hole to both the top and the bottom. So we could add a hole to the top, push it through, then add a hole to the bottom, once again push it through, and then add a hole to the top of this second piece. And then we would just separate that jump ring. That's where 2 jewelry pliers come in really handy. You can hold both sides. Just separate that. And then we can add both pieces of this earring. So this bottom piece, and then thread on the top piece as well. And then we can close up that jump ring. There we have the earring portion, and then we just need to put the hook at the top the same way we did those other ones. So we just separate the hook, thread it through our top hole, and then just close that back up. So as you can see, several different ways to make earrings with your Cricut machine and the SVG files that I have on the countrysheetcottage.net. So now I have these cute earrings, bunch of different types. As I said, the file itself is super versatile, cuts tons of shapes, and you can use them however you want. Get creative. You could add like heat transfer vinyl or something like that to the faux leather itself. You could add paint. You could just get super creative and make your own earrings right in your own home with your Cricut machine. So thank you all so much for joining me today. If you have any questions about anything we've done today, please ask those in the comment section below. If you loved this video, learned a little something today, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, you want to head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button first, and then second, scroll on down. We have tons of Cricut videos, and you are sure to find something that you will love. We have a new Cricut video at least once a week, 2 videos a week, every week that we publish on crafts in general. So thank y'all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next week with another great Cricut video. Thanks y'all. Bye-bye.